Hey, do you guys have a tape of your city thing for songs? No, not of the police.
There's Andy filming it all for the FBI.
They paid me well.
Probably the last. We're very close to it.
Whoops, there it is.
Our final offerings have finally played.
Oh well. I recognize that guy last year. Wake up!
Oh, I got me foot wet.
Whoa, that was close.
Ron is thirsty. Ron wants it. Oh, like stick now. Don't leave the ship there. fun of me.
fairly good size piece over there.
I have other horns. Yeah, you need open too. Okay, yeah, double
So Pat, are we moving or what?
We dropped it down and almost went out. So live in harmony, love, responsibly live so that nature survives. So fight your battles and dare the odds. Drink some mead and praise the gods. Live with honor and love, with joy, and be proud of your own heritage. We are here with the strength of our ancestors' honor and strength must survive. So why should we ever seek the utopia of what is life without a strife? So fight your battles and dare the odds. Drink some mead and praise the gods. Live with honor and love, with joy, and be proud of your own heritage. Our religion is based on what's natural. Nature is close to our lives. Our gods and goddesses represent to us all as sacred in life. So fight your battles and dare the odds. Drink some mead and praise the gods. Live with honor and love, with joy, and be proud of your own heritage. Woo! Woo! Okay. Since we're lined up, I believe she'll give y'all okay. Well, we are here on the beach, and we have created sacred space with the semicircle of our bodies, where we are as the gods. We are gathered here to bid farewell to winter. From this day forward, the sun waxes in light. Let us banish the dark within us and keep our traditions alive.
Hail, Suna, light of far newly risen. Hail to you who shed your light and life on all our forebears, who shines on us now, and who shall shine on all our offspring yet unborn. Share with us your light and might this day, that we may better fight and pray and gain many goals. Hail, Suna!
Hail, Suna!
Hammer in the north, hold and hallowed this holy stead. Hammer in the east, hold and hallow this holy stead. Hammer in the south, hold and hallow this holy stead. Hammer in the west, hold and hallow this holy stead. Hammer above us, hammer below us, hold and hallow this holy stead. This stead is protected against all unholy wights and waves.
Gods and goddesses of the east, and affinities of fire. We call you forth to witness our rights. Out of your fires were these bearings forged. Be welcome among us. Be welcome. Ocean, all spirits, elements, and affinities of water. We call you forth so that whenever we travel the waters between the worlds, we are welcome among you. I invoke the travelers between the worlds to come forth and help Ron clean the world. Okay, where's Ellen? Travelers! Carl! Wait. Cecilia! You're done.
Can I have an extra for that?
Yes, I know, huh? All right, Ostara Mother. Oh, repeat after me. Hail, Holy Easter!
Hail, Holy Easter!
Hail, the daughter born at Delling's door!
Hail, the daughter born at Delling's door!
At the gate of day, who bears the light?
At the gate of day, who bears the light!
Hail, Easter, Lady of the Dawn!
Hail, Easter, Lady of the Dawn!
Okay, Vampyre maidens, take a sip and pass them on. Here, Owen. Have a sip. Mine not yours. Give it to Pat.
You need 16 more years.
Supposed to be, miss. Oh, well. That'll do.
18 more years.
All we're going to do is drown.
Waste.
Why waste?
That's pretty good, though.
That's yummy. Smells good.
Yeah, it's coming into its own.
Just so we can hold.
Roll up for the magical mystery tour. It's coming to take you away.
No, not yet. It hasn't been lit. Okay. People hear the eggs. Yeah, come down to the flag. Get wet.
Wait for your lore master.
We're waiting. I know. You guys got to get Hail to the day! Hail to the sons of the light! All
big one too. The big one coming to take you away.
Here, till death shall at length on us call.
And we're all met again on the first day of spring to go about until there's time to ring.
Old Jack is dead. Old Jack is dead. Old Jack is dead. And our grain it will ripen till old Jack is dead. Now all you young maidens, I pray you beware of touching young Jack, 'cause there's strange powers there. For if he but touch you, there's many can tell. Like the grain in the field, so your bellies will swell. Bellies will swell. Bellies will swell. Like the grain in the field, so your bellies will swell. The sun is half up and betokens the hour that the children arrive with their garlands of flowers. So now let the music and the dancing begin, and touch the good heart of young Jack in the green.
I am definitely older Washington.
Oh, you want to do that? Okay. We can do that.
Hey! What? It's a warm-up. They're warming up. Yeah. Ooh. Now they both scored.
No. My contact was not good.
Hope?
Other way.
Get upside down.
There you go. String it back.
Clean kill.
This is going to be much fun, I can see. Killed me.
I lost my leg, so I killed. You warm up, you don't want to pull anything like I did.
Big hour there. Good contact. Oh. Both ways.
I think it is a good thing you brought that man.
Yeah?
Here. The hard way. See that one or will you fight?
Oh, no, it was good. I conceded.
Push it out.
You'll be a lot more controlled in terms of bouncing around.
Actually,
One hand's much faster.
one-handed is faster and better range.
And nearly impossible for us to judge if you beat the shit out of each other.
Okay, all right. We'll go two for a bit. Way ahead of you that time. Okay. Feeling warmed up? Here we go. I'll reiterate the rules. 7 points, 3 passes per point. No illegal targets. Which circle, gentlemen?
The inner one.
The inner circle. Watch closely.
Point out for the other.
Fully out. Fully out to stop. Let's see, anything else? Body contact?
All targets are legal.
He says with a wink, maybe that's that.
Okay.
Hello, Pasha.
The only killing blows are with the sword. Any other blows with legs, hands, things like that are effective, but do not stop the combat. That's up to him.
Calls body contact.
He's got the skill, but I've got the mass. It's his choice.
Are we going to do the same thing right here?
Nope, we're going to do it now. Your choice, free fall, rotate your blade. Oh, one last thing. Single or double edge?
I prefer double.
Double it is. All contacts count on the legal plane. Sides, do not stop the combat. Anybody here good enough to tell the difference?
Got the string running in the back, you have to make a judgment on the front.
Double
The
edge.
string and the front and the opposite edge are the edges. They both are good contact. Anything else is not.
Well, at least we have instant replay. Ooh, definitely.
Dutch.
Hi. Point for Snorri.
Defender's choice.
Hi. Hi.
When we say thank you to people who have really helped out the Troth over the years, people that have helped at this gathering. As I was telling somebody earlier, this one we pat everybody on the back. And, well, Cabela was going to be here for one thing, but that's okay. I'm Steerswoman, I'm supposed to be able to do everything, so I'll try. First up, yeah, we're going to lay Pat on his back now. He's been used as an altar before, so he's ready. Anyway. Okay. The wordsmith, William Bainbridge, where are you? There you are. Step forward, please. I'm standing up here just so I can yell. Boy, I shrunk. William is our wordsmith. He's the one that everybody writes to, and more of you are writing to him, and he's doing a wonderful job.
Right here.
No, that's not what you want. Help you tremendously in your job. This is from me. It's a Ring of Troth return address stamp. Hail William Bainbridge!
Hail William Bainbridge!
Okay, where's Dan Halloran?
Yonder.
Step forward, please.
Yeehaw!
Okay. Dan has become our new high steward, but since he's out of his jurisdiction, he doesn't do that. He just gets high on life. And he is also taking care of,
Not the rest of the people in the
well, no, but
I didn't see that.
he's doing coordination for the stewards so that we have a better flow of communication. And so that since we are acquiring more and more stewards, which is wonderful, that we have some way of tracking what's going on with the exponential growth that we're experiencing in the Troth. So you will be writing to Bill a lot. So you get one of these.
Use it.
Wait a minute. I had something else.
I got one just like yours.
And. From Way. That's either his Yule tree ornament or his nice one.
Hail Dan Halloran!
Okay. Program presenters. Anyone here who gave a program? I'm looking for Julia. I'm looking for Angela. Anybody who gave a program.
please step forward in front of here and line up and face them.
Is that on?
Put on programs. Well, that are here that put on programs. I want to thank them very much, and I have various, let's see, I have various god and goddess pictures.
Odin!
And you may pick out up to 3 of them. But first, well, Diana. Why isn't Diana standing? Okay. Aren't you presenting a program tonight? Just because you haven't done it yet. Okay. These are for you. I wanted to make sure you get them. But you can all pick out up to 5. Frey, Frigga, and Frey.
While we're on the subject of presenting, it's not quite done yet, but it's done enough so you can get the idea. All the ravens and all the
Who's that for? And, now who else? I don't want to miss anything else on this. Oh, Anne! Where's Louis Roses?
Louis!
He was a presenter, too.
Yeah. And a very good one.
Come up here and pick out some God pictures. And for you, we have a certificate of appreciation for all you've done for the trust.
Hello!
I'll pull it down for you. Anyway, she put out the breakfast for me this morning.
And me!
And and Freya too. Well, thank you, Freya. I'll have to find something else for you.
No, Lord put out the breakfast and all the food for me. Only that's what I said, not me.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that's what you get. Your heart's in the throat.
All right.
Okay, that is here. Leo! Big heart!
I really like this one. I don't know. Oh, and yeah, let's see. I'm getting this combined blender. Oh, okay. Captain Pat. Well, every year I give Pat this certificate of appreciation. See, I got tired of doing certificates of appreciation. So, no, that's I really. This is for Captain Pat. Good. Riding through the storm. And I have another present for you from Wade. Since the horses also ride the sea, this is rosewood. That's for you, too.
Wow, thank you.
Hail, Captain Pat! Hail, Captain Pat! Now, Pasha's inside, isn't she?
Alex does.
Well, Mike, and this is good, though, because you get to take this into her, Mike.
Hey, I'm
Mike,
her daughter.
Della, yeah, you can deal with this, too. I want Mike over here, too. Good old Thor Bernstein. You were a program presenter, too. You're entitled to have some of these pictures.
Oh, cool.
And he did a hell of a job at Viking Mystery 1000. And as a, part of our group. And, I wanted to say thank you to him and Pasha, because they come every year and they do a wonderful job playing here. You'd have to pay real money to see him. Anyway, I got Pasha the perfect present.
Oh, it's not another one of those plates, is it? I'll kill you.
What? This is just so you can enjoy Mike's face. A troll.
Another fucking troll.
Oh, my.
Isn't it darling? Get away.
That's what happens when they fuck. They make lots more.
Get away.
Tell her. Let's see.
She has the troll princess and the troll warlock, and now she has the troll.
Okay, Freya, Andy, Bill Bainbridge, and Diana Paxson. Stand up, please, or step forward. Andy, you no, or you can if you want. Put it right there and we'll line all up.
Move into the line of fire.
Move into the line of camera fire. Are we all in the line of camera fire? Within the last year, if you read the inside cover of Aduna, these 4 people all were, let's see, approved by Kveldolf, or certified by Kveldolf, and certified and licensed. Certified, yes.
Yeah, right, certified, all right.
Certified and licensed by the High Reed, some of whom are still members of the High Reed. And I would like to hail the elders of the Troth. Hail the elders of the Troth. Okay, and then, since you guys weren't here before, now I need Sven, let me see if I'm on here, Sven and Dan Halloran to come back up here. Yeah. This is the fun part. They did this to me. Okay. Yeah.
Just go behind.
You can go back there, Andy, if you want.
Yeah, I got it.
I got it.
You okay?
I know how to work a video camera.
You just you don't have to touch anything. It's running now.
Okay. I'll do the back row. I'm going to do these first because they're new, and then we're going to do the back row. But they did this to me 2 years ago.
Go, Prudence.
Okay. Well, I don't know which of you got it done first, since Kveldolf isn't here to simultaneously. Well, I don't have a double-ended. I don't have a double-ended drinking horn. But anyway, let's see. Actually, you've probably complained the longest. So, anyway, here is your horn of eldership. Since these people, we still have to do the paperwork with the High Reed. But Kveldolf certified Sven and Dan as elders today. So, first we will do hail to Sven. Hail Sven! Bring that horn.
Or the paperwork will take a long time. Like that would change anyway.
No, that's not as bad as it looks. This isn't as what they did to me.
That's like...
This isn't what they did to me. And they did me 3 times, you know.
We're surprised.
We're surprised.
I've seen the videotapes. You were staggering by the end of it.
And Odin and Cruz. Good evening. Hail Dan Halloran.
Hail Dan Halloran. Pasha,
He's filling.
Filling.
Neatness counts.
Does it? When did neatness ever
Now we come to the back row since they're here and they were made elders. I can't remember who we voted on first, last, or whatever, but we'll do ladies first. Freya, we'll do you first. You're going to put down that there and change it in for a real.
No problem there.
For all you do, this horn's for you. Hail Freya Aswynn!
Hey, it's not 3 o'clock in the morning.
New York time.
Louder then.
It was a 5 o'clock this morning.
Prudence. Diana Paxson. Congratulations.
Good thing you had that beer can.
There's your horn.
Taste
Hail Diana Paxson!
Hail Diana Paxson!
And like she hikes through worlds she has wandered.
Hail the Holy Word.
Oh, watch for the beer smoke. This doesn't get out. See, these are Owen's never-ending bottles of Wicked Ale. There's 6 elders. No problem. I don't think so. I only have 2 to go. But it may take them a while. Yeah, William Bainbridge.
Yeah.
About time, I'm saving the best part for last. Can you see?
Yes, I can.
He's after you. He's got to hold his camera. Hail William Bainbridge!
Hail William Bainbridge!
Photographic record.
Ooh,
He wants more! Andy from Canada!
Canuck! Hey! No problem, eh?
No problem, eh?
Just a wee nip.
And how do you spell
Not his fault.
Canada?
It's not his fault.
Canada.
Ready for a cold one, Andy?
Ooh.
What's up?
Hail Andy Vickers!
Hail Andy Vickers! See? He's sloppy, too.
The beard gets in the way.
It's bad for you.
Oh. Smack's good.
Thank God I'm not drinking today. And lastly,
Prudence Priest. Oh, sorry.
lastly,
Prudence.
well, there's...
Hey, there's just
Okay.
one left for you. Yeah. Yeah. Hail the Steerswoman.
Hail the Steerswoman! Lastly, where is William West? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.
They're on your head.
Okay, I know they're on my head, but that's, I was reading, I can't use them to see far away. Anyway, I instituted it's been a tradition, but it's not always done every year. But we do have an award that we give for, service above and beyond the call of duty to the troth. And I was there in Seattle, and I saw your article, which a lot of people haven't seen. I hadn't had my Aduna, but Greg brought me his copy, so it's in there. The story of the project of putting together our troth, and he did all the paste up and everything to begin with, let alone going down there and doing the collating. And it really, I loved your description of it, because we had 300 and something stacks, 500 sheet stacks of paper spread all around this guy's workshop, and it really did look like the Midgard serpent. Everybody's in there like this. 1, 2. I mean, it was unbelievable.
772.
372, and believe me, he's cursed every pile. And we had to go through, and because of the separator pages not being numbered, numbers would shift, and we'd have to turn piles. It was interesting.
Yes, there were lots of pagination problems.
Yes. That we had.
Also, the chapter on Loki disappeared for a... which was very interesting. But it reappeared, and...
Leave it to Loki. Yes. So, but anyway, you have been made Viking of the Year. And you're right, I need another horn for him.
Hey, good. We need another guy to lead from the front.
Never mind, there's a
Yeah,
bottle
that's
over
right,
there.
the point man, as they call him.
And be glad you no longer have the files.
That's right, although the
Books have not yet departed.
the talk
Okay,
of our
William.
folk, too, is a bit intimidating.
I stole one off the other table.
Stole one off the table.
A little
Yes,
two-volume set.
Hail the Viking of the Year!
Hail Viking of the Year!
We did it neatly, too.
Hail William West! Oh, wonderful. You're welcome. It can go on top of your computer.
That's right, it'll live there.
It can live there. Okay, and...
Okay.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Geez, I'm trying to think of who I forgot. Oh, I know something else I have for people if I can find it.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I need the last couple of minutes,
There it is.
The next wall is
Thank you, Della.
going to be
Now, the
between the
people who haven't been here
There's
before.
gonna be a bunch of guys on the internet.
IBM and the fucking map.
Those are for you. You haven't taken them.
Come on!
Here we are. Well, you know, it's the computer.
Or attention spell checkers.
Announcement. For those of you who've gotten really thirsty watching all these son of a bitches want to drink this beer over here, I did a beer run earlier.
You shouldn't have said that.
I've got 3 12-packs of Sam Adams that you can have when I pay for them. They're $12 a 12-pack, and we got 3 of them. They're available at the Freya Spoke table if you want to buy them.
Oh, damn, he's charging. Oh!
You did this. Crushed your vision your friends.
Time check.
Oh, yeah.
It is 10 after 5.
Well, raffle is at 5:30.
Okay.
So you had 20 minutes to powder your
You have
nose?
20 minutes to powder your nose or buy more tickets. You must have your ticket. You must be present to win. Raffle prize rules are, if you win more than one prize, you can come back and trade your prize in for that. I'm going to go in now and get the raffle prizes and bring them out so you can see them on the table. If you want more tickets, you need to get them from Pasha. They're $1.
942.
That's fine!
Oh, he always wins.
942, there he is.
Wasn't that good? You started the bottles and
Mix them up a little bit.
No, the ticket.
Jealous. I should have taken them.
927.
And at least one chance.
927.
927.
No, don't waste that.
Prize.
Everybody clap.
Last bottle of beer.
Last ball of beer. 919.
Nope.
Oh! Nope, not me. Crap.
919.
919.
Another headband. You can dress to the 60s. There you go.
Make it nice and loose.
Just think about it.
908. 908.
Up, here comes 908.
908.
Let's do 944.
Yay!
John and Rhoda. A little Valkyrie pendant. Oh.
We know who wants that.
I won.
924.
Yeah, out of there.
Checks it.
I spent 3 hours
I think she's trying to hint that I should trade with someone.
She's a control from Freya Aswynn.
896.
That's an early. What? They're not here. They don't get it. I bet that's where the one's going to be lost.
896.
Oh, the ignominy of it all.
Do it again.
896.
Forever into the abyss.
Try again.
Yes.
881.
881.
Going once.
881. No?
Do it again.
Gone.
What number are you, Andy?
Huh?
880.
I lost mine.
880.
No, 880.
Again. You're getting close. You're really close.
871.
871.
Oh, somebody's got it.
871.
We got people not paying
I got
attention
pretty
here.
close to that. Does that count?
No.
Thanks.
893.
93. No.
did get in there and break the cycle.
93.
Fascinating necklace.
Wow. Wow.
923.
Maybe you can trade for a beer.
I got a beer. I'll trade you.
Come on. Trade for the beer.
Trade for the beer.
Beers are gone. Beers are gone.
Somebody has some beer they'll trade
Next
for.
batch, a little pair of darling frog earrings.
Darling frog earrings.
I have pierced earrings.
You know what? Some guy is going to get this.
873.
873.
873.
71.
Yeah, one of those was...
873 going twice.
873.
Gone.
Suck it.
933.
Ooh. 11 off, man.
Of those that can, I summon down the journey. Beyond the wise words and the music cities go journey. Still I sing Bonnie boys, Bonnie sad boys, best of the boys are Bonnie. For they all go there and they live by the air and they want no drink nor money. For to see that twelve of theirs, last 10,000 years I travel. That office clothes on dirty toes, the saber shoes from gravel. Still I sing Bonnie boys, Bonnie mad boys, best of the boys are Bonnie. For they all go there and they live by the air and they want no drink nor money.
This next song's a Pogue song.
Sitting back here. She's definitely a half hard loser.
By castles out of fairy
the guys down. Yay. So there you go.
Have to think about
All right,
that
my
one.
friends, this time I'd like to sing you a song that I wrote myself. This is about our good friends, brothers and sisters, our good friends in the Christian fundamentalist movement.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for them. Let's hear it for them.
Valas!
Now,
They don't have any.
too hasty. Our good friends in the Christian fundamental movement have only made one mistake, just one little mistake. They forgot the first word in fundamentalism. It's fun!
I don't know, Jimmy Baker and Jim Swagger.
Those zombies for Jesus, I love
Yes.
I used to teach philosophy at Harvard.
True.
My IQ was 203.
Don't stand at my camera.
I was a genius then, till I got born again. My brain is freshly washed, now I'm set free.
Right, that's perfect.
And now I'm just another zombie for Jesus. I'm just another robot for Christ. Jesus ate my brain, and with it went my pain. If I don't have to think, I feel alright. I used to think that the pathway to wisdom was to question everything I read or learned. But the quest for human knowledge is not in my Bible college. If it ain't in the good book, it gets burned. And now I'm just another zombie for Jesus. Do you feel the power? I'm just another robot for Christ. Keep those checks rolling in. Jesus ate my brain, and with it went my pain. If I don't have to think, I feel alright. Well, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, I used to worry about the world situation. It used to keep me up late most every night. But the preacher said, now son, it's just Armageddon. Send me a check and you'll get through alright. Everybody. And now I'm just another zombie for Jesus. Hallelujah, brothers and sisters. I'm just another robot for Christ. I feel so much better now I gave up my brain. Jesus ate my brain, and with it went my pain. If I don't have to think, I feel alright. You'd feel much better if you'd taken Jesus. No, I wouldn't. Since you won't shoot up Christ, you can't behold. So what? The Spanish Inquisition is much like our earthly mission. We'll have to snuff your ass to save your soul. Everybody, I'm just another zombie for Jesus. And now I'm just another zombie from Jesus. You up with a figure that matches your faith? I'm just another robot for Christ. Sign up for that Cowley lobotomy. Jesus saved my brain, and with it went my pain. Hallelujah. If I don't have to think, I'll be alright. If I don't have to think, I'll be alright.
Just ourselves. We have suffered from the lies and all the books upon your shelves, and our patience and endurance through the burning times, and now have given us the strength to keep our bound. We won't wait any longer. We are stronger than before. We won't wait. From the places that they love. Though your greed has been unbounded, you have felt the pangs of shame every time you trod upon the mother's name. We won't wait any longer. We are stronger.
Questions which we will try to answer as best we can, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, just briefly, to bring you up to date on what's happening up in our stewardry, up in the north. We have grown beyond expectations. When I initially introduced the factory to the Ottawa area in Canada, when I first moved up there was a grand total of no northern pagans at all, or heathens at all. We're now at the point where we have some 70 to 80 members who are prepared en masse, I would say probably by the fall of this year, to join the ring, and that'll add almost, I guess, about a fifth to the membership, or a quarter more to the membership. And that's something we're really excited about because it's a good contingency. We've also come into a piece of land, and we hope by the end of this year to have the first Hof site set up.
It's a beautiful site, the buildings, everything.
Yeah, it's a really, really, really nice site.
I've been there, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful site, and we're almost ready now to go forward and make that into a Hof site, have the first Hof site in the ring.
And it has a total island.
Hail, Andy!
So, now, besides this get-together, we also have one in the summer out in Canada, our way. Crew's been up there for the past, I guess, 4 or maybe 5 years. And if any of you can make it and you want to talk to me about it coming up, I can give you information on how to come up. We have a really, really righteous gang of people who get together every summer up there. We have a really good one. This is something we're going to be continuing, obviously, and magnifying with the new and increased membership we hope to have up in Canada. We're going to have up in Canada. So that's all I wanted to say. Just bring up the date. Sorry?
The date again?
The date is the first week of June. If anybody's interested in any more information, I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Give you all the particulars as to how to get there, and it's just north of Toronto. just north of Toronto. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Oh, Bill.
Well,
First thing I'd like to do is compliment Prudence on her very astute planning. That she happened to plan this session between the meat tasting competition and the time when everybody gets hungry for lunch and has to leave, and so this is going to be a pretty probably short session. So some of the possibly heavier comments are not going to be made here. I'd like to start by saying the same thing that I have said on 2 previous occasions at the same Ostara meeting. Something which to me is quite important, has to do with the reason I'm in the ring at all, and probably the reason most of you folks are in the ring. And that is, the Ring of Troth as an organization is really quite unimportant as compared with the future of Asatru or heathenism, or however you define it in this country. There is quite frequently a tendency to focus on organization and organization politics and organization personalities, and think that is actually what's going on. That is not what's going on. What's going on is a revival of an entire religious perception, which is quite different from the perceptions that have guided this society for generations. And to the extent the Ring of Troth serves and facilitates that revival, it will succeed. To the extent that we get bogged down in internal politics, personality conflicts, or anything else, the Troth will not succeed, because what we are doing has more than one dimension. It has the dimension of us getting together, us writing letters, us paying membership dues and whatever else, and it has the dimension of the spiritual, the gods and goddesses of Asgard. And believe me, from what I read in the Eddas and everywhere else, they do not spend too much time with people who are not really perceiving what they have to say to them. So in everything we do connected with this organization, we need to remember that we have a duty. We're not here strictly for our own benefit, and we're not strictly here to enjoy ourselves, although that's quite an important part, as the meat tasting competition, of course, pointed out.
To the winner. It was a dirty job, but somebody had to do it.
Other dimensions to what we are doing, and if we happen to fail in our duties to the gods and goddesses of our religion, they will simply pass us by and find someone else. And I think that's one thing that all of us as officers and as members and as participants in the Troth need to always remember. The second comment I had was that in fairly recent times there have been a number of debates, many of which can be boiled down to really a difference in conception of what the Troth is here for. In my conversations with Feldel, for instance, I've sort of framed those in terms of 19th century German politics as gross Troth or big Troth, as opposed to klein Troth or small Troth. There are a lot of folks on either side of the spectrum who would like to define the Troth's theology, beliefs, membership, practices, whatever, in terms of a specific view of heathenism, Germanic heathenism, our religion. And there are many advantages to such a view. If you have a coherent view of what we're about, you can go anywhere in North America, and if you have a Troth, hearth or hof or garth or whatever, They will practice the same rituals. They will believe in essentially the same things. And they will do things alike. There's a problem with this. And the problem is that every time you define a theology, every time you define practices, every time you try to make something uniform within an organization such as we have, what you are doing is excluding some of the people who would otherwise be with us. Now, in an abstract sense, there are a lot of people who don't mind this. But in a very concrete sense, what I think you ought to do is look around you today and look around at all of the people who are going to show up at this gathering and figure how many of those people are not going to be here and are going to be excluded from the Troth if you start making those decisions. And I think when you put it in those terms, it is very, very difficult to start thinking in terms of shrinking the Troth or making it coherent in theology or anything else. And it has always been my view that in the ancient heathenism of Northern Europe, the system that was developed not from a hierarchy, not from priests and priestesses, but from the folk itself, was something which had a place for everyone in that society. There was a place for everyone. There were many differing practices. There were many differing beliefs. There were totally different concepts, but somehow it all related in an organic sense to the welfare of the community. And if we have that conception, it is very, very difficult, I think, consistently and logically to start establishing theologies, to start establishing strict membership requirements, to start questioning people on their beliefs or anything of the sort in order to determine whether they are actually heathens, which is what we are here for. And so I think my comments make it quite clear where I stand on this issue. I think the big Troth is the only way we can actually do what we were established to do and what those of us who have taken up the responsibility for guiding the Troth still, I believe, think we ought to be doing. Establishing Northern heathenism as a legitimate religion in this society, having a credible priesthood, having a credible vehicle for expressing our religiosity in the society. That sort of leads me into another point. As wordsmith, I have a number of responsibilities, some of which have been very difficult to fulfill, which point many people have been quite eager to point out to me, and the Troth is at large. Some of these are legitimate, and I perfectly am willing to accept responsibility for those, but some of them stem from a perception that the Troth, or any organization for that matter, ought to be determining an individual's spirituality, ought to be giving someone basically everything they need in order to develop as spiritual beings. That may work in some traditions. It certainly does not work in Ostara. In Northern heathenism, in the religion of the Northern European peoples, there was a great emphasis on individual responsibility, individual self-reliance. Today, as we are attempting to revive this religion in what has become a very consumerist society, where people are used to paying some money and getting whatever they think they need right away today, or on credit if they don't have the money to pay. We need to remain true to the basic idea of the North that an individual is responsible for his or her own weird. A lot of the work in the Troth, in heathenism, in Ostara, is going to have to be by the people who are involved in the religion, not by some hierarchy and not by some organization. There are things the Troth can do. We can put people in touch with one another locally. We can put out a very creditable journal, which Thorfinn Einarson has done for 3 years. We can attempt to establish a very credible priesthood clergy program, which will, and so far as I know, has been recognized, at least in the United States. I understand Canada is a different situation. However, we are not here to solve the intimate spiritual problems of each member of the Ring of Troth. We are also not here to create local communities within the Ring of Troth, because that must happen from the folk itself. And in all likelihood, we are not here to create a theological consensus, because that also must happen from the folk. Asatru has always been conceived of as a folk tradition. And in a folk religion, there is a great need to trust the folk enough to come up with the theological, the religious, the spiritual impetus that is needed to carry the religion forward. That can be done to some extent by very talented folks, but it also must be done to a large extent by the practice of each individual in the community. I think there's been a little bit of an insufficient understanding of the responsibility of the peoples in the communities. And here I don't think I'm really talking to those who might need to hear this, since all of you folks have made the effort to come here and create the community we have this weekend. However, I think expressing it in this context may have some good. And then finally, one final observation I would have to have, being fairly involved in the digital community of Asatru, so to speak.
The electronic radio.
And somewhat familiar with the correspondence received by the Troth and so forth. I need to make this comment. Based on my experience with organized, or more or less organized as we ever get, Asatru in the United States and North America for at least some 5 years, I have to say that the hostility level in the Troth and in Asatru is somewhat too high at present. And the appreciation for the need to maintain individual freedom and individual responsibility is insufficiently understood at present. The gods and goddesses of Asatru tell us many things, but they do not tell us intimate details of how we do our bloats, who we invite to the bloats, what theology we express in the bloats, and so forth. And there needs to be an understanding that these things have always, in our religion, been worked out on a local level, and we need to accord people the freedom, not only administratively, but the freedom from criticism and picking apart and so forth, to work these things out locally. Eventually, the gods and goddesses through the folk will point us in the right direction if we only trust them to do so. If we try to come to some conception, intellectually or otherwise, as to what must happen or what ought to happen on a local level, as far as gatherings and rituals and so forth, we will not be aiding this process, we will be impeding it. There needs to be a great deal more of consideration for individual freedom and individual initiative than has been expressed recently, not only within the Troth, but within all of us. I think that concludes my remarks today, and as I see this horn passing rapidly between individuals here, I think I will turn the floor over to Queldo.
I'm going to turn the camera over to somebody too.
Hi, my name is Feldelfer. I'm an Othanist. This is a technical Norse term for alcoholic. As Warder of the Lore, Prudence has actually made most of my announcements for me about the publication of our troth and the pamphlets, which are soon to be released and so forth, with the help of our good man Bill West over there.
Working under the banner of the Rune Guild and pending further developments between the Rune Guild UK and the Irmendrichten, or else the Pope of Asatru. Either continue to work that way or eventually will branch out into the Ring of Troth. For that purpose I have ordered 50 copies of the book of Troth.
And she paid for them in advance, without which it would have been much more painful.
You don't need to say that.
Good Freya.
Which I intend to sell. And I also, in consultation with the management over here, have some of the leaflets, if I may translate it into Dutch, because I did find a problem that a lot still, although most people in Holland, if you go there, especially Amsterdam, you can find your way around in the leather bars and things like that.
There's no need to speak anyway.
Thank you for that helpful piece of advice, Owen.
Your mouth should be plugged with something else anyway.
I'm a Tyrian, I can't stick to this.
May I continue?
Please do.
Reading English seems to be still a bit of a problem. At this moment, my book is being translated by a group of Dutch volunteers without consultation of Noelle. Bokken.
They can't read Dutch anyway.
And it's gonna be
It's a technical
put out.
term, right?
After that, I intend to introduce Queldulver in May in Holland, and we try to set up some lecture in Amsterdam. But the amazing thing is that in spite of my severe reservations, which Laurel, no, you were there at the time when Odin came through and this was discussed. Yes. Didn't I kick up fuss? You kicked up quite a fuss. But the funny thing is that I've been there twice and there is a lot of interest in Asatru. Now, Britain has various organizations, more or less the OR, which is basically not very spectacular religious, let alone magical. Then there is Odinshof, which is a type of wishy-washy, watered-down version with a few Norse names chucked in. Then there's the Rune Guild, which at the moment is quite tight order, which I'm running, as Druchtig. And I also intend to open up to introduce the Ring of Troth in England. But as I am ordered by Odin, specifically more than once, my main efforts will be concentrated on Holland, because this is not, it's not because I'm Dutch. I despise the country and a lot of the people, and I'm sacrificing. It is a sacrifice. But it is true that in all the Asatru literature and in all the Asatru history, people either look at Iceland, Anglo-Saxon England, or Germany from Wagner onwards.
Freya,
No.
the reason for that is the Dutch are the Frisians, and the Pope had them exterminated as best he could.
But I'm still alive.
He tried.
Some of us escaped Ireland.
But I think Holland actually outdate Anglo-Saxon England and Iceland. It is one of
came from.
They're Dutch, that's right.
it is one of the oldest countries. It's one of the oldest countries where Asatru was practiced in at that time. So I intend to concentrate my efforts opening up the Ring of Troth in Holland, and that's going to be my pledge in my next venture for the coming years. As everybody knows me now, but I forgot actually to say formally, I follow Audi.
You don't say.
That's a hard act to follow.
So yes, so now if anybody, I can't think of anything anybody forgot.
Questions?
No, I mean that we were displaying on. But if anybody has any questions on any area that wasn't covered, yesterday we did work out some really good things.
I do too.
The truth established in England, and that is the finances. You know, converting the pounds. Well, Andy's Canadian, and they're an English country. So we're running it through there. We came up with a really creative way to do this.
Somebody's going to think we're funneling something somewhere. Bouncing from England to Canada to the United States.
Not with my name.
I think it's mead we're funneling, isn't it?
Attention, Laurel has a question.
Actually, I just have an announcement.
Oh, an announcement. Okay.
Diane Paxton, who is one of the elders among the folk of the Troth, and I and a few others of us are going to be doing a save workshop, a workshop in the techniques that we have recovered for save.
Electronic mailing.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, well, there's...
I think it would be valuable for people to do that.
Okay, well, there are measures, and this is true. This was a non-negotiable condition of my becoming steerswoman of the Troth. One of the things, I mean, electronic mail is wonderful for immediate communication and for getting in touch with somebody, or like Cavell's in England, and this is great, and Andy's in Canada, and this is great. However, the Troth, there is nothing that happens in the Troth overnight like that. There is nothing that we can do, because we're never going to have everybody connected to a Trothel to deal with things that quickly. Also, I remember being at William West's when I was in there, and he's like, "Oh, you can send a message to Al." And I said, "No, because we just had the mead tasting." And I said, "No, because I'll regret it in the morning." And I think that half the postings that I have read, and all names will remain nameless, have, you know, if they thought about it, they regretted it the next day, or they didn't mean it on certain things that go out. The other things, I have seen I've seen people trashed, or what do you call it, flame. I've seen people flame, and 3 days later, "Oh, excuse me, this was a mistake." Well, a lot of people never see the, "Oh, excuse me, it was a mistake," or, you know, it's gone on to, you know, it creates, I mean, it's fine for people getting stuff off their chest, but I think it creates a lot of needless controversy. Because one of the things that, and William knows this too well, for the wordsmith, you know, "Oh, if this is true, this, you know, you must do something about this." Well, the problem is, half the time it's not true. And in the meantime, you've aggravated all these other people. And then we
and
get,
yourself.
and myself, and we get 20 or 30 letters like, "What are you going to do about this situation?" Well, it wasn't a problem. You know, it wasn't true, it wasn't a problem, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. This is not to say that certain things don't come up from time to time that really are problems. However, when and if that is the case, it is going to take much more than email to solve it. And the way most of our procedures are set up, it's like an inside back cover with the hearths and guards once we got them established. We are really, really growing, and it's really, really wonderful to see. Last year there were just a handful of hearths and guards. Now the inside back cover is burgeoning. And we are printing them. We're giving people time to respond. Everybody that's in there is listed first as proposed, even if they've been a hearth or a kindred or whatever they call themselves for 20 years. This is in case somebody else knows anything that's, you know, really wrong about it. Now, I have had people write me about, "Well, this proposed hearth uses the rites of Odin." Well, this is not a mistake. You know, this is not something we deal with. The Troth
or they're too wicked.
Or they're too Wiccan, or they're too this, or they're too that. This is, at the hearth level, The hearth is a kindred grouping of like-minded individuals. If they want to use Ralph Blum's runes, God's forfend, you know,
Or misguided weight that
or
they must
more
be.
misguided people that they are, it is not the purpose of the Troth to dictate practice or structure to any hearth, garth, or hearth. And especially at the hearth level, because these are the groups that can do what they want, as long as they are, you know, have associated for cultural and religious reasons. Now, if they're card-carrying members of the National Socialist Party and they're burning swastikas on people's lawns, then we have a real problem. But we haven't had that problem yet. But and at garth level, it means that you have an elder or an elder in training, and you are more public. Freya's folk, despite everything, we are a hearth. We are not public. We do not take on, I get requests at least once a week, you know, please train me, tell me everything you know, write me everything you know about the Norse gods. We don't do that.
No.
In the first place, even before I took on being Steerswoman, I didn't have enough time to answer my voluminous correspondence. Yggdrasil, regardless of the flaming that was done on email about Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil publishes more copies than Aduna. Thank you very much. If you don't like the magazine, I don't care. You don't have to buy it. If you do like it, your copy's available inside.
Most of us get them free anyway.
Most of people around here get them for free anyway. But yes, but putting together, doing all the things that we do, Freya's folk, and even though I am an elder, and even though we are working on getting property, we are planning on establishing a hof, and that will be public when we get to that point. But at this point, we're more than happy to be a hearth of the Ring of Troth. That's what we are. We're happy. And I want to thank all the members of my kindred that are here running around, because without them, this gathering would not be happening.
And there's one pleasant little bit of trivia that I want to mention. There is a book which has just come out by an author named Stefan Grundy, whom I happen to know is a member of the Troth.
Steve Reno!
Yes, boy!
Should we have some visual aids?
Yes.
Oh, you visual aids! Oh!
Yeah, this is a really excellent book, and in the back in the index, where my good friend Stefan Grundy mentions the sources, he mentions the Troth and our Troth, and I have it on his word that he was a bit too late to get our address into the hardback, but the address of the Ring of Troth will appear at the end of the paperback version of Rheingold. And also, I understand that he's sort of in the California vicinity, so if any of you want to buy copies and bring them here, I bet we could get them to the capital side.
Let me hold this up again. I have a really interesting personal story to tell about this book, because when he first printed this in German, because this was first released in Germany, and it was on the bestseller list, was it not?
It was on Der Spiegel's bestseller list.
No, but a friend of mine from California, Tom Williams, I can name him, he won't be that upset. He came back from Germany, and he called me and he says, I was reading this book on the plane in German, and your name was in it, and I couldn't figure this out. That was Stephen Grundy. What's going on? So, and he's like, is this going to be in English anytime soon? He actually reads German, and he really just really liked this. I haven't had a chance. My reading German is about as good as most people's reading Dutch.
Tom actually has advanced degrees
Tom
in
has,
older German.
yes, he has, Tom actually has advanced degrees in Old High German and Old this and that, so he's really into it, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. So
Krausoff is quoted in the book.
Computer magazine's really
quoted.
My good friend Stefan Grundy quotes me in this book.
On regards to things that Freya's folk might be providing in the future too, I want to note that I can't say exactly when, but one of the things that's coming up soon for those of you who are electronically connected is that I'm looking to have a full-time, full internet drop at my home, which is right down the stairs from Prudence's, and that we will that I'm hoping that sometime within the next 6 months we'll have a workstation class machine on the internet, full-time, available to make Mosaic and other hypertext sites and archives, and maybe even a moo, which would be fun. We got rituals in cyberspace, Like I said, I don't want to promise a time frame for that, but that's something that we want to look for this year, and I think that what's happening really with the networks is that the capabilities that we have now are really quite primitive, and the things that are coming along in the next year or two are really going to be quite marvelous. We're going to have full multicasting of voice and video, and so when people connect on these lines, you'll be able to see their face, you'll be able to hear their voice, you'll be able to get the context of their personality a little bit over the lines, if you have the capability. And, you know, and that's the kind of thing. You know, yeah, we'll have a GIF archive for sure. You know.
We're going to put it in.
And finally, last year I urged everybody to go out and, if they had any friends at all, to talk to them about our religion and to sign people up for the truth. And obviously you're all doing it, and I encourage you all to keep doing it. And yes, William.
One more thing.
One more thing you'd like to bring up. Yes, come on.
I'll need a prop here.
Anything to get his hands on that. Oh, and guess one other thing. There is a coffee pot in there that was
attention.
by Champion and Gamlingen. So we have coffee available, hopefully all weekend. It wasn't a peace gift. They sent it for Osterman.
Offering.
It's an offering.
I think.
Attention.
Given the amount of effort involved and the amount of serious commitment and everything else, despite the incredible bashing these fellows have taken from a number of people, myself, I'd like to raise a horn here to the Lou and Al show.
Here's comments from Owen on the side.
Entertaining nonetheless.
It's the same
I did coin that term.
You'll drink to that. You'll drink to that.
That's right. This is the official shield inspection.
Official shield inspection.
All right, now hold still. We're gonna. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Why does a haircut cost $4 in Sweden?
Why?
$1 a side. Have I heard any good newbie jokes lately? Oh. Just like we do in California. We have to do something truly California. Oh, that's the joke. How many Californians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Many.
Californians don't screw in light bulbs, they screw in hot tubs.
Ta-da!
How many mosquitoes does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know, but I wonder how they get in there.
That's right. Only 2, but I don't know how they get in there. I won't tell Tarzan and Jane jokes no more. Cameras.
What's that?
I'm praying.
You got a really good view from up here.
You can see the bay, not very good from the kitchen. The living room, see it.
Really?
She's going to open up the blinds.
gonna...
Thank you, Judge. You know, a nice little
So are we
swig.
doing numbers or what?
We'll go from 1 to 10.
Okay.
Nice medium size.
1 to 10.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah, a
medium.
little more.
No, well, what I'm doing, you can always go, the judges can always go for more. I'm giving you a taste and then we can pour it.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you.
Did you get your water?
What do they use to make it red?
I used lingonberry and blackberry and a touch of currant.
Okay, does this have a name, Sven?
Name it good.
Thank you.
Name it good. Here, okay, meat taster. You, like I said, they're leftovers. May not,
I'm not sure I named that one yet.
Okay,
That's a fairly young
Let's call
one.
it Sven 1.
Sven
How are
1.
we rating these things?
1 to 10 on
1 to
taste.
10 on
Do you need
taste.
some help?
Not yet. Did you bring some?
Are you
Judge?
kidding?
Oh, well.
And you can make any comments you feel are appropriate.
It's awfully good.
Sweet, I like that.
These are going to be hard to judge. The first one was really good.
I like the smell too. It smells good.
The first one usually determines the grouping.
Well, that's why I used the
You have
hard,
good
you know,
essence
the,
in this,
the buried one
Thank you.
first, because it's going to be...
Got a nice balance to it. I mean, it's not too nuts.
Wait a minute, wait a minute,
What I
wait a
did
minute.
was
Where's
I managed to
I
get
talked
a
to them.
good set
okay,
of desert
good.
honey.
Okay,
Down further.
that's all right.
Out in the corner in the
porta-potties
dark
don't get in.
and behind a bush kind of thing.
But they can't get in to play the
And
porta.
that I think helped a lot. And any chemical stuff I've totally eliminated. You know, I don't use any chemical additives for the yeast balance. I tried to use
Put some kind
material.
of flavoring in, you know, some kind of berry or.
And what I did was I took blackberries and raspberries and currants. Currant juice, actually. But the blackberries and raspberries, I froze hard, then cooked, because that completely breaks up the cell walls. And it extracted it all. And so I used fresh, you know, I used actual berry for the flavor.
You can call it Sven's very good meat. Very good meat, yes.
Actually, it all goes under Volan's old...
I'm going to give this an 8.
Okay, Andy gives it an 8.
I'll second
And
that.
hold on, I'm only giving it a 6 because I don't like the
You find it tart?
aftertaste.
I like
The
it a lot.
afterburn, but that's just me. This is, you know, we're just adding these up. Okay, Sven doesn't get to judge his.
Well, you got
David,
judge them on something.
David and Angela, 1 to 10. This one we just tried.
Yeah, this is something to drink regularly. Yeah, I'd say 7.
Okay, and Robert.
I give it a 7.
Okay. I know, I'm mean. Pat?
I give it an 8.
8. And William?
8.5.
8.5. Okay.
Word, it's gotta be different.
A 2 from the Russian judge.
Artistic merit.
All right.
Artistic merit.
Looks pretty.
Okay. Which is David and Angela's bottle? This one. Okay. Everybody ready for
This one's probably
the next round?
Pass the water.
Pass the water.
Yes.
Refresh the palate.
Refresh.
When we first bottled it, it tasted like scotch with a little bit of honey. It's been a couple of weeks. It's kind of much more sweet.
How old is
That's
this?
going to change
This
the
is
taste of it.
2 months in bottle now. Still lactic.
No, it's still a lactic chocolate.
Yeah. There's a
Still-
heavy acid
still
taste to it, but
changing.
give it, what, 6, 7 months.
No, it's actually very good.
This
It's just
will
still
be,
in lactic,
this
still in
is
lactic
still,
fermentation.
this is still too young.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's immature, but it has great potential.
Yeah.
This would be very good.
It's a 12-year-old.
They'll bring it back next year.
Immature but has potential. It's our first attempt,
Next year, do you have this down at next year, that'll be killer.
Yeah.
But
I've got some in the
That's a beautiful
beer closet.
What do you, how do you?
Is that the pavilion one?
I don't know the processes that well. My roommate has been brewing beer for a long time,
And
What's the brown thing? Is that part of the,
some
or is that part of the high seat, the brown stuff in it?
We were the ones
Finished wood?
That's theirs. Did you put any tannin in it? No.
You know what I use?
Cinnamon,
I
nutmeg,
cut the
clove,
filament.
jelly beans, stuff like that.
That can do it too.
Allspice.
Yes, they have a Buell Viking Pavilion. It's going to take them an hour to...
Yeah.
The old
name is
that was brutal.
urinal.
The old urinal. Man, old urinal
Stuff
was
tastes
polite.
like product. I don't know what that stuff was.
But here, may I remove this one to the other table?
Please.
Okay.
No, I'll just
I think we may need a retest on Sven, so.
No way, man. It's good.
You didn't bring another bottle, didn't you, dear?
Yeah. And I also brought some strawberries from my Sven's blood.
Yeah, let's see, we're up to Robert. Are we ready to do Roberts?
Yeah. What's the history of this one?
It's my first batch of meat. I had no idea what I was doing, but we'll see.
No, don't say that.
Ever clear.
In that case, yes, notice I'm giving people like 10.
It smells more promising.
Okay.
How old?
I made it in August.
Okay.
It's aged a little more than that, but I don't think it's ready.
Well, we'll soon
Water.
find out.
A lot of the water is coming out in it. Yeah.
Not enough honey.
It's pleasant though.
Yeah, this is more
drinkable.
drink. It's drinkable. The last one was too tart.
It tastes almost like a
There's a lot of that to get drunk on.
Yeah, this is only, what would Dwayne say, this is about 3% on the gravity?
Yeah.
Yes, but this could be drunk by teenagers.
Yes, Della.
It's like some of the commercial stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's better than
It's better than that.
No, I mean in its weight.
No, but it's better than like that.
Someone calling Tweety.
What is that fool me? Gibson.
Yo.
Gibson. It's better than Gibson.
I have done better than
Oh, here, we
Gibson
brought
in
the
the
teenager
bathroom.
out to see.
We brought the teenager out to see if this is
Have some,
teenage.
Dylan.
Here, Della.
Yep.
Here, Della. We brought a teenager out. Here we are corrupting the morals of a minor.
Where's that ranger?
Oh, I don't think
Speaking of rangers, when you were to bed last night, we had a very
I know.
interesting one.
Oh, good. I heard about
No, I'm sure she can't be a minor. Her hands aren't hard enough and there's no coal dust on her.
What up,
I'm going to say 5 because it's not.
You have a ranger come by?
Yeah, I think it's beans already.
Yeah, 5 only because I think it's his feet.
What
do you want?
Oh, no, he was just checking the furnace and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to give it a 5 too because it's just or a 5 or a 4. 4.5. That's I'm nice because it tastes better than the last one, even if it's not going to get any stronger. Sven.
I give it a 4 because it's starting to break apart.
David.
People say 4.5.
More honey? Okay. The only water's
Okay.
down.
The judges are a lot harder this
It
year.
was
Yeah.
Robert, so he's out. Pat.
I think it's better than that. I think it's that water one.
Yes, I
pretty
thought
Oh, it's drinkable, but
John, you can rate it whatever you want. William?
that's why I don't cook my honey. It lasts longer. You got the inhibiting.
I don't either.
Shall I put this on the leftovers table?
Yeah, because inhibiting, you can leave that, it breaks down to 100 degrees.
Yeah, this is judges only need another Judges only need
This is our reference.
This is our reference.
This is our
I'll take some of this.
Hey, Robert, save me some of yours if it's that strong.
You gotta bring
Usually being first is just
Robert. Robert.
I got told that last year.
This is the Brewers Guild. You have to bring a bottle to I can do that too.
Well, the berry mead one was just so when I tried.
Okay, Pat. Look, Pat's is actually labeled.
I thought we weren't having that drink label.
That's a couple years old.
That was a good taste.
What's all these floaties?
Pork. That's why I'm ours. This is the 3 Gemini mead.
This is only from 93 though, so this is not as mature as...
No, it was brewed in 90, but it was bottled in 93. That's true. It was brewed in 90. It's at least 3 years old. It hasn't quite turned all the way, but this is Pat's first batch that he made, or, you know, with the Kindred, and...
Working on it.
He's
The alcohol content is about twice what anybody else's.
No, that stuff happens to be 36 proof.
You guys just wait a second.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourselves.
I'm saving yours till...
Supposedly yeast can't go over 26 bricks. I decided to make it extra sweet, so I bricked it up to 38. It ate the whole thing. It knocked it down to below 0. I couldn't believe it. It's not supposed to. But I used Lavlin yeast.
Very stringent. I like that. Make a good stout.
Put it in a cake.
Yeah.
I think Mike's cheese don't test too.
Well, yeah.
It's sharp. It's sharp.
But it's
very drinkable.
I could drink it for quantity.
You're forced into it, you know.
Anybody got a sharp object to point at his head?
Yeah, twist his arm. I'm gonna
try another.
Try another.
Take it over, man.
I am not giving a rating on this because I helped, you know, or I'm not giving a rating on this because that would be unfair. I'm part of the blame.
So are you going to account for that? Because so far you've only been giving one person.
Yeah, okay. Divided by the number.
Well, I think that bottle should go over the taster table.
Oh, no, hold on. No, see, they haven't made their judgment yet.
We may need more.
That's true, we may need more.
We don't leave the drag.
It's up to you, Andy. Are you ready?
I'm going to do this 6.5.
6.5?
Shut up. It's good, but it needs more tannin than I would have.
Okay, Spin.
It's very drinkable.
I'd give it a 7.
Thank you. Talk to a coffee.
David and Andrew.
Too much for...
Besides, that part
doesn't get
you. I feel this in the frontal lobes.
Well, are we talking drunkenness factor? Or are we talking taste?
Just going on potability.
Right. Drunkenness factor is much higher.
You have to ask yourself, can I drink a great deal of
Where's the pot content?
Well, after a few glasses, I don't think I care at this point.
Well, see, Owen did not get here with his... He's late with his killer. He was probably out partying.
It was beautiful meeting. Too bad he wouldn't show up.
No, he took the day off.
Well, we can drink the posthumously.
Then he said he was
We don't drink it posthumously, yes.
I'd give it about a 5.
You give it about a 5.
Too much aftertaste for me.
Oh. All right. Are we up to the next one? Clear palate?
Yeah.
They're still keeping this one on the table.
So I guess I'll have to abstain my own.
They're still keeping, I noticed this one didn't get sent to the other table though, so. Does yours have clothes in it?
I was sharing it for them because I was a fan. I was being real careful.
I have some
because they can pay me to carry it. This evening, yeah, I think I need to clear my palate.
Oh, when I drink them in quantity. Yeah, last year he had some really heavy clove meat. I took a sip of my third clove.
Okay.
Right before I was singing.
Uh-oh.
It took me like 3 bottles of booze to open it back up again.
Let's just want to give anything that's got an
said Peru, and I was like, where? We'll do it through Indian.
Well, we only got one left.
Right that one.
Okay, okay, William.
All right.
Tell us all about it, William.
All right, this is called Spice Jams, after my wife's middle name. So she likes real sweet mead, and that's what it is.
All right, all right.
The spices, cloves, cinnamon,
nice aroma.
spice.
Oh, that smells good.
All that good stuff. Really nice smell.
And the alcohol content
Nutmeg?
is up there.
This was done with that Laurel Band.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, that is really
Oh, I use the Lavlin K1.
How many more? We
you?
Yes.
That's a killer. That is excellent. I'll be right back.
She lives.
Jules.
Oh, here comes Owen.
Hey,
Just
hold the judging. Hold the judging.
Hold the judging.
You know, funny, I didn't do that.
You feel honest, but being honest. We'll have to see. That's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough.
However, this is excellent.
Yeah, I have to hand it to you. It's interesting, you know, it's...
And there he comes, running with the fountain.
Sorry about that, but you know, these ungodly early hours, it's just gotta fucking stop.
You have to sit down and catch up with something.
Well, that's okay. I don't want to drink any of this
It's up to
swill
you.
anyway.
Oh, wait a minute, Owen. Here.
Okay.
Here. Try.
This is beyond swill.
Try this one.
Somebody should get
Try
the
this
bottles
one.
off the leftover table.
Try this.
Just in 1 to 10, that's your
No,
score.
we're not. The leftovers were in the competition. We only did those on.
This got fruit stuff.
Yeah, that's a fruit one. But this one, he had it in the bag before you showed up, so this is your competition.
Well, see, I took time to clarify.
Yes, we know. Here. Who's got the opener?
That is good.
Yeah, try that one.
Oh, I've got
You've got an
I want to
opener.
see your label, that's really nice.
Yes, here, we'll pass this forward.
Yeah, I had to print those this morning, too.
We had to get the labels out.
Thank God for 600 DPI printers.
Like a good party. Okay, well, I'm ready to pass judgment on those.
Oh, okay, yes.
Which one is Bill's? This one?
No, this one. I just
By
gave you.
far the best so far. I'm going to give this an 8.5.
It's very good. It's a little sweet for me. I've been the low judge on all of these. I'm still going to give you an 8. That's the highest I've given anybody. Sven.
I'll give it a 7.5 because it's lost the honey flavor to it.
Okay.
Dan came by, handed it to me, and left.
Okay. Robert. 9. Okay.
We get the leftovers.
Pat.
Sit here and wait like vultures. This is a meat
8.5.
tasting contest.
Bill's clearly out.
Bill's clearly out in front.
What's the combination to the gate? Somebody locked it.
3361.
What?
3361.
They changed it already?
3361. They changed it as of today.
Yeah, they just changed
I
it.
saw them
Because
up
it's
there,
April
yeah.
1st.
Oh, I was in a hurry trying to get here. Sorry.
Why did they change that?
No, it's supposed to be locked. They want it to be locked.
I locked it last night when I went to the beach.
Yeah. No,
somebody
they
left it
changed
open.
it. We wrote it.
Yeah, that's what I did.
It's 3361. I had no control over them changing it because it was the first.
Oh,
Which one's this?
every month.
Oh, you're drinking more, yes.
Well, I was wondering if
It's staying. This isn't going to the other table either. Okay.
Both, they were both.
Since you brought to me,
Oh, so you brought 2 bottles? You brought 2
No,
different
I'm only
ones?
going to enter one, but I'm figuring out
Which
which
one are
one.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't tasted it. He's got it. Made by
That's a great label.
Yes.
I think we need to taste both of the bottles and help Owen decide which one.
Yeah.
They're actually both the same.
I think we should render judgment on
But the thing was, when I decanted them to get rid of the crap in the bottle this morning, they kind of changed it. All the crusty stuff down really adds to that.
That is really good. I'd love to get a bottle of that. Me too. I'm just doing 3
Yeah.
in a row. He didn't enter last year.
No, because but that's because our read was too good than me.
Too good to waste on judgment.
Too good to waste on judgment.
Actually, these are from the same.
I liked his so much last
I think this is the one.
Okay, so which one are you entering? This one. Okay.
This one's for drinking later.
That's where we're headed.
And I'm donating a half bottle, one of the small bottles for the raffle.
Ooh,
all
right. Put it on the raffle table.
So I was going to toss in a few bottles of beer, rum of beer.
I like the smell. It's really good too.
Now, Owen, you gave the judges problems.
Turn more of that one. That's not enough.
Here.
This one?
What's that?
That's Pat's. No, the one who's judging.
I feel like a dog sitting at the table with my mouth ready for something to drop.
Does this have your secret ingredient on it?
Yes.
Yes. The fellow with the piss test problem can't have him.
Who?
The guy that lives to get his test.
Anybody
who needs his test is not very good.
The secret ingredient.
Where's Dan?
He's not out here. I love that he says, I'm out of my jurisdiction.
I put a quarter ounce of top bud in
No,
it.
this is delightful.
And it wasn't cheap shake, it was top. Prudence was cheap shake. I know.
But see, hey, this is another one of my kids.
I told you it's better this year than it was last year.
Damn, Owen, you outdid yourself.
Did you try it?
No, I provided a taste test.
Well, if the judges would have
Do you want to come to the tiebreaker?
What kind of honey did you use?
It is sharp still.
Price Club.
Price Club honey.
No, I was wondering on Bill's in his case. Co-op. Co-op?
Local co-op.
Which is good. That's a good way to do it.
Wildflower.
Yeah.
I was wondering because